Hello everyone. Hi. Let me quickly check if we are live. Okay, looks like. Can you all hear me? Okay, I'm yet to receive confirmation. Hello. Yeah, great, great. Awesome. Good to see everyone. Yeah, hello, hello. Yeah, able to hear. Perfect. Let me just check the microphone if it is connected to the right one. Um, Microphone, audio. Yeah, okay, it's connected to the right one as well. Amazing. So somebody was asking, what does the thumbnail mean? So basically, there are a lot of questions about the job market. Every day I post a video on YouTube. There are similar questions asked. Is the job market down? How is the job market? I keep posting questions on Monday motivation, but still people have questions. So in today's video, we'll talk about such things, any questions that you have. This is the medium because I cannot reply to each and every comment. So I thought I'll answer every question that you have. Great. Yeah. So it can be anything. You can just ask the question. Okay. So somebody was asking, somebody posted a comment that, Abhishek, you scheduled a live stream and today there is a RCB match. But even before our live stream, I think the match is done. So everybody can join. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I'll start picking up questions. I think we have close to 300 people. So yeah, let's get started. Somebody was asking, can you give tips about the in-person interview? I have first one next week. Actually, to some extent, in-person interviews are much better because you can see the person, you can just understand uh, the expression of the person. If you're actually attending a virtual interview, you don't really understand, how the person is responding to your questions. And uh, one thing that I like about the in-person interviews is that you can just keep asking questions. It's not that they ask you a question and you straightforward reply to it, but you can just extend the conversation. You can just ask more details about the question. And if you want, you can also take a piece of paper and you can explain, what you're trying to say. In a virtual interview, those things are not possible. And in fact, when you're attending in-person interview, they also provide you a piece of paper. If you want, you can express your thoughts on it. What are the advantages of taking membership of your YouTube? I'll talk about it in a while. I'll not skip your question, but let me just look at other questions. I'll definitely talk about it. uh, what is agentic AI? I already made a video on that, Rajesh. We also made a video. I also made a video, not one video, but couple of videos on Crew AI. I explained, how you can use Crew AI to actually use AI agents to perform tasks behalf of you. So I think you should definitely check that video. And good thing is that I did not take any trivial examples. A lot of times you find videos on YouTube where the end output of the video is you develop a hobby project, or maybe you develop a website which is just like a proof of concept. But the Crew AI examples that we have taken in our AS the DevOps series, I actually developed something that is related to DevOps. The agent is able to perform DevOps tasks. So yeah, please do check that out. Do you think AI will completely take over the role of DevOps engineers in the future? so there again, this is a very common question, right? So will AI take away jobs of developers? Will AI take away jobs of DevOps engineers? At this point of time, if you look at all the AI agents, or if you look at even the AI chat assistants, the major focus is on development, because right now AI agents are focusing on this category of software engineers called developers, where agents are trying to reduce or significantly help developers in uh, enhancing their day-to-day activities. Right now, right now the focus is not on operations. Recently, Azure has started, or they have developed their SRE agent. I'm yet to try it, but in a nutshell, whether you take Claude Code, whether you take Cursor, whether you take Visual Studio Code, MCP Server, or GitHub Copilot, agent mode, or any of the AI agent, their focus right now is on development. So to reduce the activities of a developer. Uh, yeah, why are there no calls for DevOps? So this is one interesting thing, right? So why are there no calls for DevOps engineers? Uh, and I think this is one of the major reasons why I've scheduled this live stream as well. So let me share my screen. A lot of times, when we don't get interview calls, we assume that there are no interview calls itself. I totally understand. There is no blame game here. This is general human psychology, that we tend to think that there are no calls. But this is a very closed Discord server group that we are running. And if you watch this interview questions, so there is a separate channel within the Discord server, and you can see every day people are posting that they are attending the questions. Sorry, they are attending the interviews, and they are also posting their interview questions, right? So these are the interview questions of one candidate, where the candidate attended the interview. Again, these are some of the questions. So every day people are attending interviews and they are sharing the interview questions. Yeah, this is not public. This is only for members of the channel. But still, what I'm trying to convey, there are opportunities, right? So this is something that I wanted to share. There are opportunities at this point of time. That's the reason why I keep posting Monday motivation as well, right? People are sharing their success stories with us. So if you are not getting the opportunities, try to see where are you lacking. Maybe your LinkedIn profile is not optimized, or maybe you are reaching out to people on Naukri, but recruiters are not getting back to you because your profile does not fit them. So try to see where you can improve. Yeah, especially if you have 3+ years of experience, at least from what I see on our Discord server, there are a lot of opportunities. Even if you're fresher, there are opportunities, but I will be very honest, the opportunities are less. They are not zero, but opportunities are less for freshers. I think it is same across the domains. Even when I talk to developers or freshers who are targeting for full stack jobs, even they keep saying the same, that the opportunities are less. Same applies to DevOps engineering as well. But if you have 3+ years of experience, definitely there are a lot of opportunities. Okay, there is a question. Even after AWS has largest market share, we have instance of OCA adoption is increasing. Looking forward to your insights on this. Yeah, uh, Oracle Cloud, yes, definitely, it is picking up, but I would still not suggest to start learning Oracle Cloud. Still focus on AWS or Azure, because it is one market that is picking up, especially existing Oracle customers. You all know Oracle is a very big company, right? Existing Oracle customers, they are actually moving to Oracle Cloud. The customers that they have in the financial sector, the customers that they have basically in the fin sector, they are moving to Oracle Cloud. Yet to see how many customers will be successful in onboarding, and how Oracle Cloud would eventually play the game in the popular public cloud providers. So for now, focus on AWS and Azure. Later, you can think of GCP, OCI. Will AI replace K8s? I don't think so. Kubernetes is going to be a game changer even in the world of AI. Today you see large language models are also deployed on Kubernetes. Even OpenAI runs their uh, workloads on Kubernetes. So definitely Kubernetes is something that cannot be replaced. Mm, okay, I see a comment here. See, Abhishek says, I'm getting interview calls and attending virtual interviews, but not able to clear. So this is what I'm trying to say. People are getting interview calls. So if you are not getting interview calls, try to look into your profile. There are a lot of videos on internet. Even personally, I have made videos on LinkedIn optimization, Naukri optimization, resume optimization. Please try to focus on that. Give yourself 2 days, 3 days just to improve your profile. Please provide Udemy coupon code. I will do it. I think I'll do it in a couple of days for sure. Waiting for interview questions course video. Can you please tell me when you are launching? Yeah, so there will be delay in the Udemy course, the interview questions Udemy course, because I was not well last week. I couldn't record because of some personal reasons. That is, I was not keeping up well. So it will be postponed, maybe 2 weeks, but I will announce the launch date. Till then, try to be patient. Wait for it. 2 weeks delay is something that I'm thinking of, but I will announce the launch date. And also, initially I thought of X number of interview questions, but right now I'm adding interview questions because of a lot of scenarios that people are requesting for. So I'm also going to add those scenarios. I transitioned from backend to DevOps. Feel saturated with making YAML files after developing is mostly maintenance. Guidance on transitioning more on building services for cloud. I know there is not much on internet on this. Yeah. So Ravi, you should focus on developing Kubernetes controllers. You should focus on developing Kubernetes operators. You can take example of yeah, I know I haven't made video on that, but there are repositories where you can see how to develop Kubernetes controller, how to develop Kubernetes operator. Because personally, you are interested to implement development practices into DevOps, right? From what I understand, you are feeling somewhat saturated because you keep writing those YAML files, or maybe you're coming from development background, so you're looking for more challenging things. So you can keep trying these kind of things. Explore operator SDK, explore how to write a Kubernetes controller, explore how to write an admission controller, how to develop a Kubernetes operator, explore web application firewall. Uh, you can also explore WASM, especially uh, understand how to use WASM and deploy AI workloads on Kubernetes clusters. So there are a lot of challenging things. FinOps is a challenging thing. WASM is a challenging thing, right? Kubernetes management using vCluster or kubesa. These are also very, very challenging. Similarly, try out AIOps examples. I have created AI assisted DevOps playlist. You can definitely watch that. There are so many interesting things in that playlist. Yeah. And also, you are a member of the channel, so you can also reach out to me. I have a lot of ideas. I will definitely share them with you. Anna, is it possible to switch from network engineering role to DevOps engineer? What is the best way? You can definitely switch. If you are a network engineering, you are already good with networking concepts. So it is a added advantage. I believe you should also be good with Linux. So you already know Linux, you already know networking part. So you have to learn about the other things in DevOps engineering. Start with our DevOps Zero to Hero playlist, then go to our I also made Azure Zero to Hero, so you can also go with it. Then you can try out our Terraform Zero to Hero, Python Zero to Hero, observability. What I would suggest, uh, Keshav, what I would suggest, go to our YouTube channel, search for 2025 DevOps Roadmap, Abhishek Veeramalla. You should follow the same roadmap, but whenever you find Linux related videos or networking related videos, just skip those videos. Rest all is same. Okay. Yeah. Somebody was asking what benefits you would get if you join as a member of the channel, right? I intentionally skipped that question at that point because I wanted to take few questions from the chat section. Now let me explain what benefits you would get. First and important thing, you would get access to our Discord server. Let me show you the Discord server, right? I will share my screen. Yeah. So first and foremost, you would get access to our Discord server, and within our Discord server, we have various channels. For example, there is a doubts clearing channel. There is a channel for sample resumes. There is a channel for job openings. If anyone is aware of any job openings, they keep posting here. And there is a channel for certifications. You can discuss any questions that you have related to certifications. Similarly, there is a channel for interview questions as well. So people who attend interviews, they keep sharing their interview questions. And this is also my source for making the next Udemy course, where I'm going to create a Udemy course picking up scenario based questions from what people post here, right? So this is the first benefit that you would get, the Discord channel. There is no link to this Discord server, right? People ask for link. There is no link. This is YouTube integrated Discord server. So I have integrated this Discord server with our YouTube channel. Only members can get access to it, right? There are steps mentioned, very, very simple. Like once you get channel membership, you can get the steps to join this Discord server. And then, the second benefit, there are members only videos. So I think roughly there are 20-30 members only videos. And going ahead, I am planning to build this community like with few people, the members of the YouTube channel. We will try to provide more benefits. Right now, these are two major benefits that you would get if you join as a member of the channel. Okay, I hope that is clear. Yeah, a lot of people have joined as member. Let me quickly give them shout out. YouTube memes, Debashish, R7 is live, Harish, Shashank, Mustafa, Madhavi, and Astra. Thanks all for joining as members of the channel. Okay, perfect. Now let me pick up more questions. Yeah, see, the answer is same. Can I move from UX to DevOps? Anybody who wants to move to DevOps, you can follow the 2025 DevOps roadmap that I made. Everyone has to go through that roadmap. Only difference is that if you come from DevOps relevant backgrounds like network engineering or maybe system administration, it becomes a little easy for you. But when you come from background like UX or maybe you come from development background, you might find some of the things completely new. Whereas network engineers, system administrators, they're already aware, how does Docker function, how does uh, underlying networking in virtual machines function, which you need to learn. That's it. And everything is covered in our playlists, right? You don't have to go to any other uh, source and learn those concepts. I have created everything and curated them in our 2025 DevOps roadmap. So just watch that video. Abhishek Veeramalla. 2025 DevOps roadmap. Okay. Cybersecurity is good or not? Yeah, I think cybersecurity is great. If you're interested, you can definitely pick up that path as well, right? Because with increasing adoption of AI, with increasing um, attacks, typically the ransomware attacks or security vulnerabilities, cybersecurity is a very, very good option. I think everyone should have fundamental understanding of security. Okay, I almost completed DevOps and AWS playlist. Could you suggest me two projects for internship or cloud engineer in your channel? So obviously, if you ask me to suggest uh, a project, I would definitely pick up the Udemy course that I created because it's a very, very comprehensive project. So if you ask me one, I would go for that. And second one, if you go to our YouTube channel, look for real-time DevOps playlist, DevOps projects playlist, and you will find one video where I have shown you how to DevOpsify a e-commerce project that is available in both AWS as well as Azure. That means I have done the same thing on AWS as well as Azure. So these are the two projects that I would recommend. Okay, another interesting question. Can you make a video on day-to-day work of cloud engineer? The interesting thing is that all the things that you're learning on the channel, like whatever things that are part of DevOps Zero to Hero, AWS Zero to Hero, those are your day-to-day activities. For example, you are building a CI/CD pipeline. That is your day-to-day activity. You are optimizing the Docker image. Maybe you are reducing the size of a Docker image. That is also your day-to-day activity. Only thing is that you just need to explain that I work for multiple development teams or I'm part of a single development team. I get the task assigned through Jira. So we have a proper sprint planning, we have agile method where we do planning for 3 months, and along with the scrum master and product owner, I pick up tasks for the next 2 weeks or within a sprint and I work on those tasks. What are the tasks? Those tasks are maybe infrastructure creation using Terraform, CI/CD pipeline creation using Jenkins, GitHub Actions, or maybe suggesting the best practices on Kubernetes, creating a Helm chart. These are all your day to day activities, right? You just need to know how to put that in the interview, right? That's what you will learn in the third video of DevOps Zero to Hero series. Anna, I start now for DevOps role. Doubt that I'm late. Any suggestions? No, you are never late, right? Um, you have, if you have been thinking about it for a while, you should just start giving it a try. But one thing I would suggest is, whenever you go for a domain, first watch some videos on the domain. Understand what exactly is that domain. If you're interested in it, definitely go for it. If you're not interested in it because you have not started, you can also explore other domains, right? Because this channel has a lot of videos on DevOps, I wouldn't tell you that okay, definitely go for DevOps. Make sure you watch some videos, understand the roadmap of DevOps, understand what things you need to learn if you want to become a DevOps engineer. If you're still interested, go for it. The future is bright. That is something that I can tell you. Not only with DevOps, when it comes to operations, things like DevOps, things like SRE, things like uh, AOps, MLOps, the future is bright for all of these. Any plans for doing RHOSO videos. No plans. Um, yeah, we'll see in future, but right now there are no plans. Mm. WAF versus gateway, WAF plus gateway. Can you please explain? Yeah, actually it should be WAF plus gateway. WAF is basically web application firewall. Gateway is typically you're talking about the API gateway, right? Within your API gateway, you can configure web application firewall as one of the feature, or if your API gateway supports it as a plugin, you should enable web application firewall as a plugin, right? So it should be WAF plus gateway. Since DevOps includes many tools, we are struggling to tailor the resume. Could you advise us on updating it? Yeah, because uh, definitely I have also made videos on resume preparation. What I would suggest, DevOps has a lot of tools, but you don't have to update all the tools. Don't prepare a single resume as well. Prepare a resume, and whenever you are applying for a job, look at the job description and update the tools accordingly, right? I'll give you a basic example. Prepare a point for CI/CD in one of your projects in the resume. Let's say you prepare it for GitHub Actions, and tomorrow you're applying for a job through LinkedIn, and let's say it is asking for Jenkins instead of GitHub Actions. Just change that point to Jenkins and upload your resume. Because DevOps has a lot of tools, you don't have to update all the tools in your resume, right? So that's why keep updating your resume. It's not that you prepare a resume and whoever is asking for your resume, just keep forwarding that. No. Okay, just a second. Yeah. Mm, your Python course is enough to start open source. No, that Python course is basically for DevOps engineers. So the main focus of that Python course is to, whenever DevOps engineers are attending interviews, they will be able to answer the questions. For example, when the interviewer asks you, what activities have you done with respect to Python as a DevOps engineer? So there are four different scenarios that I have covered. I have explained how to use Python APIs using Flask, how to use GitHub webhooks using Python, how to integrate uh, Jira with your Python application, right? How to use Python for log processing, file management. These are the things that we have learned in that playlist. So it's mostly focused on DevOps engineers. SAP versus AWS, which has higher salaries. It's not that easy to compare because it depends on the company in which you are joining. Because especially when it comes to AWS, small company might be using AWS. Even your large scale companies or MNCs might be using AWS. So it's not that easy to pick up one. But if you take, let's say you pick up a very good company that is using AWS and a very good company that is using SAP, I think if you go for AWS, you get paid more. Now, this is my personal feeling. I might be right or wrong. Thanks. Thanks, Raviteja. It was pleasure meeting you as well. Shankar Dev, thanks for joining. What is the next big thing in AWS or cloud computing? Which one should I focus? What is the difference between AWS and cloud computing in your opinion? How to negotiate 90 days notice period? Most of the companies are not accepting 90 days. Yeah, I totally understand that. First of all, prove yourself. Like, a lot of people, um, they have this thing that I will first resign and I'll keep applying for companies. Do one thing, prove yourself, right? Change the notice period to 30 days. Okay, apply for companies, get 2 to 3 offers, then you will prove yourself that okay, I'm ready for the interviews. Then if you want, you can resign the company. You will have 90 days, you can start applying. um, Maybe a lot of people might not accept, but you can say that I'm already I've already resigned to the position, I'm in the notice period. Share your notice period with them. Then probably you can keep applying for multiple opportunities. But please do not resign without proving yourself. Lot of people keep doing this mistake, and when it comes to last 1 week or last 2 weeks, they just regret the decision. Don't do that. Are you gonna do DevSecOps video? We have done DevSecOps videos, Yukta. I think recently also I've done one DevSecOps video where I've used, if I'm right, I've used Trivi, I've used OWSP, I've used Snyk for scanning. Uh, we have built an entire CI/CD pipeline with uh, DevSecOps mindset. You can just search for DevOpsify 2 on the channel. So we have done two DevOpsified videos, DevOpsified and DevOpsified 2, where DevOpsified 2 is based on one stack. And in that video, we have incorporated a lot of DevSecOps tools. Unable to concentrate on studying. Yeah, this is a very, very, very interesting thing, right? I'm not a, philosopher, or I'm not, someone to motivate you in this particular aspect. But I'll tell you one thing. See, there are a lot of distractions. I totally understand. Instagram is a distraction, YouTube is a distraction. You have a lot of things happening around you which are distractions, but you should be passionate about it, right? So personally, you are the one who can take care of this thing. Like, nobody can sit beside you and ask you that, you should stop doing it. This is your career, this is your future. So once you are comfortable, yeah, you can have that uh, luxury that you spend more time on Instagram, you spend more time on YouTube, but at least while you are trying for opportunities, you know, I'll show you something. See, I'm making a video on Apache Kafka, like explaining. There are a lot of videos on Apache Kafka, like how is it used in data streaming. But I'm making a video which explains challenges with Apache Kafka, and I have been reading about it for the last 2 days. So you can also see my notes that I'm preparing, right? So I've been preparing a lot of material, multiple pages where I'm studying, I'm noting the information, I'm trying to prepare a video on that. Not only that, it takes a lot of time while recording such videos. So yeah, so you can see here I'm preparing these architecture diagrams. Probably I spent whole day just preparing these things. I haven't even recorded the video. What I'm trying to tell you is you should push yourself, right? Nobody is pushing me at this point of time to do all of these. I'm sure video is going to get less number of views because it's a very, very niche topic, challenges with Apache Kafka. But I have some audience who are DevOps engineers, who are architecting things, who are building Apache Kafka at scale, typically Kafka at scale. Uh, I believe that you know at architecture roles they need to understand about these things. So I have very less number of audience in that. Most of my audience are people who are learning DevOps or people who are planning to get into DevOps job roles. But I don't want to ignore these audience. So that is the reason why once in a while I make these architecture videos. I also get sponsored for such videos because those videos don't get views. those videos don't do good with YouTube analytics. So whenever I'm doing such videos which are high valued from architecture point of view, I also look for sponsors. But the bottom line here is that you should push yourself, right? If you don't push yourself, you are keeping your career at stake. Yeah, I can make a video on this, but it would be it would be just like uh, I talk about good things like a Baba. I keep saying you that you should do it. Read. I'll give some examples of myself, but end of the day, it's up to you. I'm second year student. No one in college taught me what is DevOps cloud. I got interest after watching your videos. Thank you. I know Golang. I just started DevOps. Wonderful. Especially if you're a student and uh, if you are trying out things like this, like if you are adding DevOps to your uh, resume, it helps you a lot while you're attending interviews. I don't know if you have noticed, I started doing videos with freshers as well. I'm recording some podcasts. Even in the success stories, I'm trying to highlight the success stories of freshers. Very simple. I'll just place them. Let's say there are 5 success stories. I just try to put fresher success story in the first page or the second page because freshers need that motivation. Yeah. What is the next video that you're going to release? I am planning to release this video that I was talking about, right? Problems with Apache Kafka, how to address those challenges. But I'm really not sure. It might take 5 to 6 hours more, 2 to 3 hours for preparation, 2 to 3 hours for recording that video. And also, there is a demo in the video. So, yeah, I think it will take time. So, maybe in the meanwhile, I'll record one video and I'll release it. This might or might not be the next video. Are you doing AWS data engineering video? No, it is not AWS data engineering video. The video is basically about Apache Kafka um, and architecture of Apache Kafka at scale. You might consider it as data engineering video, you might consider it as DevOps video, but Kafka is used by almost every organization these days, right? Yeah, I mean, I think we are talking too much about it, so let's move to the next one. Does the thumbnail mean DevOps is going down and cloud is going up? No, it doesn't mean anything like that. The thumbnail actually means that, let's talk about a lot of people are saying that DevOps is going down or there are no opportunities in DevOps. Whereas there are people who are getting interview calls, there are people who are talking about the opportunities that they're getting, people are sharing it on the Discord server. So I want to talk about both of the things. Why some people are not getting the opportunities and why some people are getting the opportunities. Even if you look at the chat section, you can clearly see a lot of people are posting that they are getting interview calls. From where I can learn GCO architecture diagram creation. No, you cannot learn architecture diagram creation from anywhere. You know, what is an architecture? You're just putting your thoughts, right? So you should learn system design. You should not learn architecture diagrams. Maybe your question should be from where I can learn system design, right? You're designing a system as a DevOps engineer. So where can you learn that thing from? You can learn from uh, blogs, engineering blogs. For example, you can go for Netflix engineering blogs, Airbnb engineering blogs, or it also comes from your experience. Like I have almost 11 years experience. I've worked with various companies. So while working with customers, also you learn about system design, you learn about their architecture, and you put those things as architecture diagram. That's it. As you keep drawing those things, you will get better at it. Pradyum, Pradyumna, hi sir, can you suggest me what should I do? Do I do I have all the skills, projects, certificates? Okay, wait, let me read that again. Hi sir, can you suggest me what should I do? I have all the skills, projects, certificates for the DevOps role, but not getting calls. I'm a fresher. Yeah, so this is one thing, right? If you are a fresher during this time, please be patient. You can talk to your other friends who are in full stack development, who are in DevOps, data engineering, who are in data science. They would also say the same thing, that there are not many opportunities, because this is a uh, tough time for fresher. You should understand that, right? So what you need to do, keep applying for opportunities on LinkedIn. One thing that I keep suggesting for freshers: build your LinkedIn profile. If you are not getting opportunities, let the interviewers come to you. This happens if you have a strong LinkedIn profile. A lot of you don't realize the potential of LinkedIn. If I am hiring a candidate, understand that it is easy for me if I just go to LinkedIn, search for that particular candidate, rather than posting an opportunity on Naukri. I get hundreds of profiles. Now I have to go through each and every profile. Instead, if I am a recruiter, or if I am a startup founder, and if I have to hire a fresher, what will I do? I'll just go to LinkedIn. I look out for smart freshers who have DevOps skills. I'll just DM them, ask them if they are interested, schedule a interview call with them, and hire them. So that is what is happening. Like, when you see freshers are getting hired, it is because they are cold emailing the maybe the CEOs. They are cold emailing the recruiters, or recruiters are directly reaching out to them. Is DSA required for DevOps roles? No, it is not required. Unless you are applying for FANG or MANG companies, it's not required. Whenever someone tells you uh, AI will replace DevOps engineers, let's say someone tells you this, immediately ask them the question: which is one area they think AI won't replace? Ask them for alternative. Then you will understand what exactly they are trying to say. Because you will find people on LinkedIn, just for views, they post that AI will replace development, AI will replace DevOps engineering. Honestly, AI hasn't reached to that point where it can replace any job. Ignore Microsoft, ignore Google. They are at next level. But at this point of time, AI hasn't reached to a point where it can replace a developer, it can replace a QA engineer, or it can replace a DevOps engineer. That is matter of next 4 years, next 5 years. For now, focus on what you're doing. Especially if you're in operations, DevOps, AOps, MLOps, you don't have to worry at this point. Hmm, okay. Abhinav Lal, thanks for joining as member. Dinesh, thanks for joining as member. Info Pandit, Shalini, Vishal, Namrata, Prasanna, Shankar, Kiran, Kumar. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining as members of the channel. Mhm. I'm trying to look for any more interesting questions. SAP cannot be replaceable. Is it true? I'm not the right one to talk about it. My skill is not into SAP. I have background of development. I have background of operations. It can be DevOps, SRE, platform engineering, development. No, I can answer questions related to these things. Does age matter to get into DevOps? It's very, very subjective. It depends on the company. You should ask, does age matter to get into TCS? You should ask, does age matter to get into Google? Like, yeah, that should be a question. So my answer is, it depends on the company. Some companies really really care about the age. Probably, I think if you are over 30 and if you want to join TCS as a fresher, I think it is highly unlikely. But if you aim for startups, they don't care about your age. So it's possible. These days, why you even care about all these things? Like, if you have skill and if age is a barrier, try for freelancing. In freelancing, nobody will bother your age. Even people are not even bothered. Where are you from? How do you look like? Where do you sit? It doesn't matter. Bhavan, when can we expect to see DevOps interview questions for the course on Udemy? So Bhavan, I was not keeping up well for some time, so I couldn't. I'm not able to record for long hours. So it will be delayed. Maybe it will be delayed by 2 weeks, but I will come up with a new date. I will tell you. I just don't want to release a Udemy course because you people will pay a certain amount for it. But instead, I want to cover some scenarios. Till the point I cover the scenarios, I will come up with a new date. To cover. In a nutshell, I think it will be delayed by 2 to 3 weeks. I'll keep you posted on the new date. Can MCP server used to make prompts to observability tools like Datadog, Splunk, Jaeger, and other platforms? Uh, Let me share my screen. This is an interesting question. There are a lot of videos on MCP, but still, sometimes it's not that clear. Like, people are a little confused. So what exactly happens with MCP? So MCP is just like HTTP protocol, whereas MCP deals with um, the AI agents. So let's say there is a AI agent, right? For AI agent to talk to a particular tool. Let's say your AI agent wants to communicate to GitHub, right? Similarly, AI agent wants to communicate with Jira. AI agent wants to communicate with, imagine, GitLab. So right now, before MCP, there was no standardization. What do I mean by that? Instead of AI agent, if you take example of a software engineer, that is you and me, for a software engineer or for a simple application microservice, there is a standardization, and that standardization is API, right? REST API typically. So applications today talk to other applications using the HTTP protocol, that is using REST API. Whereas for AI agents, there was no such standardization. Each AI agent can talk to a particular tool in different way. Similarly, when it comes to tools, they can expose their APIs to AI agents in different ways. To make it simple and also to maintain the context and to maintain the security, Claude has come up with MCP. The protocol is called as MCP. Just like REST API is a protocol, MCP is a protocol. Now, how software engineers are communicate or able to communicate to applications through REST API, I agree. But GitHub created a API server called GitHub API server. Similarly, Jira developed API server, which is Jira API server. GitLab came up with GitLab API server. Now, in the world of AI agents, they have to come up with their MCP servers. So, to answer your question, if you want to use an AI agent to communicate with Prometheus, Grafana, Jaeger, the thing is they have to come up with their MCP servers. If do, if Datadog comes up with an API server, yeah, you can use MCP protocol to use uh, one of your AI agents with Datadog. So the question has to be, can MCP server use to make prompts? No. MCP is a protocol. MCP server is something that should be developed by the end applications. So your question has to be, can I use MCP protocol through AI assistant or through an AI agent to interact with observability tools like Datadog, Splunk, or Jaeger? I hope I answered your question. You should watch my MCP video. There are a lot of MCP videos, but many of those videos were not clear. I took example of REST API, I compared with MCP, so that things become very, very simple. Okay, going back. Where to apply for DevOps internships or freelancing? LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the best place. Thanks, Venkat. Hi, Abhishek. When we deploy MCP server on Kubernetes environment, do we need to deploy AA agent also? How end user will interact with MCP server? Yeah, I'll make videos on that. But very simple thing. I mean, to answer your question straight to the point, you just have to expose the MCP server. You don't have to deal anything with the AI agent. It is out of your requirement. User will decide how to use the AI agent. It's up to the user. You need to just take care of deploying the MCP server and exposing it. Okay. Uh, Anna, can you make videos on bare metal? Okay, I'll definitely try that, Shalini. But to make videos on bare metal, I also need a bare metal. So yeah, I'll see if that is possible in future. सर अभी भी में ही हो हैदराबाद में ही हो क्या या आई स्टे इन हैदराबाद okay, just trying to see if there are any new questions. Yeah, there are close to 300 people, but I don't see any new questions. That's okay. There is one question here. Could you explain dynamic admission control concept? Just search for Abhishek Veeramalla Istio. You will find the concept. I have explained it very, very clear with examples how dynamic admission control works. It's a very niche concept, but I have taken example. I have shown you the configuration file. In fact, I have actually shown you how Istio implements dynamic admission control. So you should definitely watch it. It is out of context for this live stream because if I start explaining dynamic admission control, a lot of people will just skip this live stream because I have to start explaining right from mutation webhooks, validating webhooks. Then I have to explain about admission plugins, what are special kind of webhooks. So it becomes little complex for the video. What you should do, just search for Abhishek Viramalla Istio and you will find exactly what you're looking for, how dynamic admission control works. LLM ops contains engineering. See, LLM ops is a very, very, very niche skill, right? For example, how many companies in the world are developing their large language models? If you want to Apply for positions where there are less number of opportunities. Yeah, you can go for LLM ops. Even when you consider ML ops, at this point of time, opportunities are very, very less because how many companies in the world develop machine learning models? In future, that might go up. That might go up. But right now, less companies develop machine learning models, less companies develop large language models. Okay, there are some questions here. Let's see. Sorry, my question was more on to use MCP protocol to train AI agents and make prompts to observability tools like get CPU utilization and so on. Yeah, even for that, like even if you want, honestly, the answer is yes and no. Ravi, to the point, answer is yes and no. Why no? I'll start with no because not every observability tool out there has their own MCP server. Unless let's take example of Jaeger. Unless Jaeger comes up with MCP server, it doesn't matter if you train your large language model or if you train your AI agent with good prompts with MCP protocol. End of the day, it has to send the request to an MCP server, and that MCP server has to be developed by Jaeger. I'll give you a very simple example. Let's say you are very, very good with REST API calls. You are an expert. You have a very good framework using which you can make API call to anything in the world. Imagine if GitHub does not have an API server. No matter what your expertise is, no matter how good knowledge you have on APIs, you cannot make an API call to GitHub. So in the same way, answer is no, because not every observability tool has their MCP server. Answer is yes, because some observability tools have their MCP server. So what you need to look out, you need to look out for observability platforms that have built the MCP server. Maverick, Maverick, hi. Thanks for being a goat. Thank you. Abhi, Abhi, your videos have helped me a lot. I'm confident I'll get a job soon and I'll be on your stream talking about it. Perfect. Thanks, Maverick. All the very best, buddy. I hope you get your dream opportunity soon. Abhishek, can you please make a video on complete Azure DevOps corporate pipeline? Spike it, you will be surprised. Look for day 14, day 15 of Azure days, Azure Zero to Hero series. I think it's a very, very complex pipeline that I've explained. You know, not just Azure DevOps. We have taken a project from GitHub. I've shown you how to migrate project from GitHub to Azure, and using Azure repos, Azure pipelines, Argo CD, Azure Container Registry, most of the Azure DevOps related concepts. I have built a comprehensive Azure pipeline. Look for day 14, day 15 of Azure Zero to Hero series. You'll find a very good Azure DevOps project. Mm. Thanks for autograph. Yeah, thank you so much. I think that was the first autograph first autograph that I have signed, Teja. So Teja was talking about the recent meetup that I attended. Hi Abhishek, brother. Zero to Hero Azure will be coming soon. No, it will not come soon because it is already created, right? Just go to the channel, search for Azure Zero to Hero, Abhishek Veeramalla. You will already find it. So I've already made videos on Azure end to end, right from what is Azure, cloud computing on Azure, networking, compute, serverless, storage, containers, Kubernetes, whatnot. You'll find all the videos. If possible, can you make and post projects in Telugu because most of the subscribers are waiting for it? See, even I am interested to do it, but what should I do? I don't have enough time. I'm thinking of building a team, recording more videos, recording more content on Udemy, but somehow, I'm still getting better at managing time. Sometimes I keep spending time on learning things. Last 2 days, I haven't recorded anything because I was just learning about scaling challenges with Apache Kafka. I have good understanding of Kafka. I have implemented Kafka as well. But things like this will take time. Scaling Kafka. What are the challenges that companies are facing? What are the challenges that Netflix is facing? So such things, when I have to learn those things, I cannot record videos during that time. Yeah. Anyways, sure. I'll try my best. That's the short answer to your question, Manoj. Jagan, thanks for joining us, member. Yeah, this is also one long-term request on the channel. Can you do videos on GCP? Sure. I feel very sad. I feel very bad that a lot of people are asking for for this request, and I can't make videos on it. You know, I promise you, one day I'll make videos on GCP zero to hero. Yeah. So this is something that I should improve. A lot of people have requested for GCP, and I couldn't make videos on it. Can you please recommend remote opportunity jobs with US dollars? At this point of time, it's tough. Have you asked this question 3 years back? It was not that difficult. But right now, if you want to work from any other parts of the world, and if you want to earn in US dollars, you know what is happening in US right now, right? So there are a lot of changes, there are a lot of restrictions, there are a lot of restrictions on the visa, there are a lot of restrictions on the job opportunities. So yeah, you can keep trying, but opportunities are less. Can you get 40 to 50 lakhs? Yeah, you can definitely get. There is one ad that YouTube plays always while watching your videos related to AI and Python. I recommend people to stay away from it. Yeah, I kind of understand what you're talking about. Yeah. Hello, Anna. Ela unnaru. Thank you so much. I'm fine. I hope you're also doing good, Tarun. Hi, Kundan. Do you write and learn? What's your style? Can you share your tips? Yeah. Whenever I'm learning something new, I keep writing. I might not go back and read the notes. For example, I've written a lot of things, right? So, I have 2 to 3 books also here. Um, yeah, I keep writing. I might not go back to that things, but somehow while I'm learning, if I keep writing things, it helps me in remembering. I don't know if it is for everyone, but yeah, I prefer writing. While writing, I think I that goes to my mind. So whether I go back to that particular notes or not, I prefer writing. Thank you. Mm, are you referring to Apache Kafka with Kida? I'll share that video. Probably you'll understand what I'm talking about once I upload the video. It will be very detailed. Which country is booming in cloud tech? Which country is booming in cloud tech? Are you asking about which company is developing new applications related to cloud computing, new services related to cloud computing, or are you asking about country where there are a lot of opportunities? Anna, please at least do two projects for your subscribers in Telugu. Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, sure. Sure, Manoj. After I successfully landed DevOps engineering job, your playlist for help to me, bro. Thank you. I think you are saying I successfully landed DevOps engineer job after watching your playlist. Thanks for the help. I think this is what you wanted to write. Thank you so much, Abhishek. If that is what you wanted to write. Jagan, thanks for joining. Bhargavi, thanks for joining as member. Hello, my senior. Hi. Can you make a series on Portworx? So many concepts to make videos on, right? Yeah. I think I should start building a team so that I can upload 3 videos, 4 videos per day. Few words about Code Rapid AI. Code Rapid AI. Please, Abhi. It's very good for reviewing the PRs. I already wrote a detailed LinkedIn post on it, right? I'll also record a video on it. Um, yeah, it's very good. One thing that I can tell you is incorporate that with your GitHub repositories, incorporate that with your GitLab pipeline, sorry, GitLab repositories, and just use it as your senior colleague, right? Uh, Install CodeRabbit on your GitLab, let's say, and once you have a pull request created, ask CodeRabbit, to do a very quick review on it. Later, you can do your review as well. But what CodeRabbit can do, it can quickly go through that 1,000 lines and it can highlight few important things like it can say this is one piece where you can improve. Then as a second person, you can review the PRs, which will significantly reduce the time. Eventually, you can see the best thing is that you can also start training CodeRabbit. Like you can say, this is my organization style of reviewing the PRs. And eventually, you can leave it to CodeRabbit. Of course, that will take a lot of time, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Hmm. Is DSA plus system design must for ML ops in product form? No, I don't think so. 5 years career gap, which one is better, SAP or AWS? Easy to learn and high package. See, if I have 5 years career gap, the first part is okay. I'll think about easy to learn, but second part is not good. If I have 5 years career gap, I will never worry about the package. My first focus will be to get into software engineering. I'll prove myself. I'll work hard for 1 year. Then I'll think about high package. If- I think you're being too optimistic. One, you want to find something that is easy to learn. At the same time, you also want to get a high package. You should choose one between, right? Show your Discord channel. I already showed at the beginning of this live stream, right? Thanks, Abhi. Makes clear about Code Rabbit, and I'll go through your LinkedIn post. Sure, sure. Vamshi, you should go through it. Thanks, Kuldeep. 51% communication, 49% cloud. This is what we need for big companies. Okay, funny. Kuldeep, thanks for joining, buddy. Do we need to learn scripting like YAML, Python to use Jenkins and Kubernetes? Yes, yes. Need some live projects like Udemy. Okay, I'll do more. How the taxes will be handled in remote jobs, which pays in foreign currency. I mean, you will be surprised how it actually works. I know it is out of context of the video, but just because you asked, I work with a lot of foreign clients. You know how it works? Let's say you have a client in USA. Okay. I mean, if that client is established, if you're doing one-off activity, like if you're doing one-off freelancing activity, it's fine. But otherwise, you will be charged in that country, and you will also be charged in the country that you're working for. For example, I'll give you very, very basic example so that everyone can understand. Let's say I get 1 lakh rupees from people in US who are watching my videos. Okay? Very simple example. The numbers are not right. So let's say I get 1 lakh rupees from people in USA who are watching my videos. So I have to pay 50% tax for it. 15% because USA government will already take that money. So from that 1 lakh, USA will already deduct 15%. And then whatever amount that I get, let's say it is 85,000, again I have to pay 31, 32% depending upon the tax slab that you fall into. So overall, if you get money from other countries, you actually have to pay taxes two times. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is something that you cannot do anything with, but you're helpless, right? I keep paying a lot of taxes like that. You cannot help it. Out of context, but because you asked, I just explained. How important is to show live projects on resume for DevOps engineering? Because maintaining a big project like EKS is expensive. No, no, you don't have to show live project. I don't know where this trend emerged from. You don't have to do it. It's totally fine. Just create a GitHub repository, provide all the steps, add some screenshots, put the GitHub repository link. That's good enough. Anyways, in the interview, they are going to ask you questions. And when they ask you questions, they will understand. Is KPMG a good company? I think KPMG is in Big Four, if I'm right. PwC, Deloitte, KPMG as well, I guess. It's a good company. Big Four, no, they are very good. KPMG, Big Four. Let's see. Yeah, KPMG is part of Big Four. PwC, Deloitte, EY, and KPMG. Bro, 5 year career gap, SAP or AWS is the best. Yeah, I think now it's a better question. Raj, I think AWS is better. అన్నా మీరు ఇంకా పడుకోలేదా? Whenever I do live stream, it depends on questions. If there are questions, I'll answer the questions. Sometimes less number of people, less number of questions. I close the live stream and I sleep by 11:30 sometimes, something like that. What do you think is the future of Terraform? Future of Terraform is good. Open Tofu, Terraform, I consider they all belong to the same family. They're good. They're doing great. Pulumi yet has a lot of things to prove. So yeah, need EK series from setup to version upgrades. Okay, I'll try. Hi Abhi, I did BSc IT in 2019. I have 5 plus years of experience, 3 plus years in MNC. How difficult is it for me to join cloud and DevOps engineering? It is not at all difficult for you. Just learn cloud and DevOps through our roadmap. Show your 2 to 3 years of experience in cloud and DevOps, and that's it. Just keep applying for opportunities. Not at all difficult for you, Kshitij. Lavkesh, thanks for joining as member. Okay, we'll do last 15 minutes. Let's see. Um, if there's still questions, I'll continue the live stream for 15 minutes. If there are no questions, I'll conclude the live stream. How do I learn CDK TypeScript? Please suggest the path. I find coding difficult. Why do you want to go for TypeScript? You can better go for Python. Python is much easier. Do you offer any mentorship, Abhishek? No, right now we just have the Discord server where within the Discord server we reply to the doubts. But at this point of time, there is no mentorship program. Let's see in future. Hello, Abhishek. How to choose which AI tool suits to integrate with the DevOps stack? As more and more AI tools are emerging, exponentially and getting more mature. To be honest, at this point of time, a lot of AI tools are immature. Just by looking some proof of concept videos or just by looking at some random videos on YouTube, we think they are mature. But to be honest, a lot of tools are immature. They are maturing. If you want to decide upon a tool, like for agentic AI or AI agents, you can go for Crew AI, LangChain, LangGraph. You can pick up one of it. I would recommend Crew AI. It's very, very simple to start with, and they are also doing great. It's maturing. What else? If you want to use any large language model, maybe with Olama, you can use any local models that are running. Maybe Llama 4. It's powerful. Yeah. While I'm watching your videos, should I watch the full video? Should I need to do practice? Um, I would recommend practicing the concept that you learned, but at time if you're feeling overwhelmed, like if there is a concept where you cannot practice at that point of time, skip the practice session, go to the next one. Maybe over the weekend you can do all the practice sessions together. Whatever you feel like whichever works better for you. Ismail, hey, any idea about Middle East, Dubai, Saudi job market? I don't have idea about it. Unfortunately, I'm sorry for that. Hannah, from our channel, can you please tell what are the projects can do from scratch to deployment? Put in my resume. Gonna apply with you. Blessings. Okay. Uh, Muthu, if you want one project and if you can afford 399 rupees, go for Udemy project. It's the best. I think you already asked the question. I replied to it. Mhm. Okay, one thing that I wanted to mention. Usually we do these live streams on Wednesdays, but this time, yesterday I released a video on Redis versus Valky, basically explaining about Valky. I thought it will be too much to upload a video as well as live stream on Wednesday. A lot of people I thought would be watching that video, and again, they might not be interested in joining the live stream. So that's why I pushed the live stream to Thursday. But going ahead, we will continue to have these live streams on Wednesday only, right? Yeah, I just wanted to make this thing clear that the live streams will be on Wednesday. Okay, yeah, I think while I look at the questions, most of the things are repetitive. Maybe I addressed most of your questions. Most of your questions, my bad. Um, yeah, so I'll see you all next Wednesday. Um, so try to join the live streams regularly. I'll pick up the questions from the comment section. I'll answer the questions. Once again, um, you can join our Discord community. Just join as a member. You'll get the steps to join. See you all. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good day.